Robin Williams playing a Soviet defector roaming around the streets of New York City? Ha! I gotta see this. Moscow on the Hudson, released in 1984, and is directed by Paul Mazursky, who's also directed such films like Bob and Carol and Ted and Alice, An Unmarried Woman, Harry and Tonto, Down and Out in Beverly Hills, and Scenes from a Mall. And this film is starring Robin Williams, Clavant Derricks, and Maria Conchita Alonso, who I consider to be one of the greatest actresses of all time, because earlier this year I did a watch-along of the incredible Nicolas Cage movie called Vampire's Kiss, where Nicolas Cage is just dialed up to 11 as Nicolas Cage in that movie, and Maria had to play opposite of him in several of those scenes, and she was able to keep a straight face and to treat it very seriously and professionally as an actress. So I will say that right now. She is one of the greatest actresses of all time, because she was able to do that. And the reason why we're talking about Moscow on the Hudson today is because it was a PayPal recommendation and donation from a longtime contributor and supporter of this channel, especially this year, David Klimoff. Thank you very much for your recommendation. If anyone else out there also wants to be like David and help support me and contribute to this channel, you can select the QR code that is in the bottom left corner of your screen right now. Send over your movie donation with your movie recommendation, and if I have access to it, I will watch it, review it, and give you a little shout out, just like what I did with David here. Vladimir Ivanov is a saxophone player for a Moscow circus that is invited to play at a social gathering in New York City. However, as the troupe is about to leave to go back to the Soviet Union, Vladimir openly declares that he is defecting from the Soviet Union and wants to become a United States Yankee. So Moscow on the Hudson tells the story of him making his way in New York City, going from job to job and place to place, trying to become a famous saxophone player, and also developing a lovely and cute little relationship with a perfume saleswoman who he met in Bloomingdale's. And good on David for recommending this to me, because I have never heard of this film, and if I would have seen the poster or read that description, I probably would have not gone out of my way to watch this. One, I just think the premise sounded very basic and very surface level, but two, I mean, it's Robin Williams. It's hard to watch and go back and watch films that I've seen growing up with him over the years. This year is actually the 10-year anniversary of when we lost Robin Williams, which is, God, that one hurt. Every year we have a list of celebrities or people who are in the public eye that you hear passed away and you go, oh God, that's sad, but I'm going to move on with my life because I didn't know them. Robin Williams is one of those actors who I feel, because he made me laugh so strongly and so often and so much, and how he did that with basically everyone who watched anything that he ever did. I feel like because that connection through the TV screen was connected, after his death, that just hit me, and I know it hit majority of people out there extremely hard. That was a bright star and a bright light that we had on this earth. Someone who could always make us laugh. And then all of a sudden, they're gone. And I don't know, a lot of us probably forgot how to laugh because of that. But I also think that's probably part of the reason why he decided to take his own life, is because he was always that man who had a joke. And whenever we saw him, we always expected him to make us laugh, when really he had a truthful, dark and depressed side that he couldn't let out because everyone wanted him to be the funny guy. And I think this is one of those performances that shows us that other side of Robin Williams that we never got to see. The Robin Williams that we get in this movie is not the Mrs. Doubtfire. It is not the genie. It is not Theodore Roosevelt from Night at the Museum. He's not cracking jokes. He's not doing his stand-up. This is just a person who hates living in the Soviet Union and wants a new life and wants adventure and wants a life of his own. The hard part with Vladimir, though, is that he realizes that even though he's defecting from the Soviet Union, and we see how bad things are over there, and he has to stand in line for groceries and for toilet paper, yes, coming over to the US sounds great, but it has its downside too. And this was back in the 80s, and things have only gotten worse in my opinion. But Robin Williams is so great at just playing a truthful character, whether it is funny or whether it is serious or whether it's naive, like this Vladimir guy. He almost seems very childlike because you see this brand new world of America through his eyes for the first time. Not to mention that he's speaking Russian, like fluent Russian. Like, I guess I don't speak Russian, so I don't know how great it sounded, but it sounded pretty natural and it sounded very fluent to me. The man went to Juilliard, for God's sakes. He's a smart-ass person and a great frickin' actor, and I miss him. Miss him tremendously. Outside of his performance, though, I do feel that this story became what I was fearing, and I feel like it was just a little too simple for me. The opposition, the antagonist here is a little bit of his fear that the KGB is going to be hunting him because he defected from the Soviet Union. So now the KGB is going to come in and they're going to kidnap him and send him back over to the Soviet Union so that they can take care of him and kill him. But since he deflects in this movie, we really don't get anything. I think we have like 1 or 2 instances where he's fearing that that happens, but really other than that, this is more of a slice of life look into an immigrant coming over this country and how amazing and how glorified that seems at first, but then once the celebrity and once the honeymoon phase wears off and then you're just left to yourself and to the American society that you are now a part of, yeah, it loses its muster. It does showcase, though, that anyone can change their stars, anyone can make a change in their life for the better, for the worse. Really, it's just taking a chance on yourself. And if you have an idea that you want something else, something different, something better, you have the power in yourself to say, hey, I'm going to go out and get that. I'm going to go out and do that. Does it always work out in your favor? Does it always turn out that that thing that you're wanting is amazing? No, but you know what? At least you gave it a try. And in this thing that we call life, where there's really no set rules or no set way on how you're supposed to live your life, you know what? Good on you for giving it a shot. So it's a nice, heartfelt film that kind of uplifts you in the end, but I don't feel that this is one of those films that Robin Williams is going to be remembered, and I think it's proof that I've never really heard of this film before until this was recommended to me. So I think I'm going to give it about an average grade because it's kind of just an average movie. I'm going to give Moscow on the Hudson 3 out of 5 Blu-rays.
Not exactly what I had in mind, but not bad.
So guys, if you've seen Moscow on the Hudson, what did you think about it? Or if you've never seen it before and you stumbled across it because of this video, then comment below and let me know what you thought about it. And as always, if you like what you see here, if you like my take on movies, then hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell so you'll know the next time I'm releasing my next movie review. So guys, I will see you next time on the channel, but in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.